This right here is the Anker Soundcore 2 portable Bluetooth speaker. Now, you can find this on Amazon. It's about $45 normally. I think right now it's about 30. Comes in a couple different colors. It comes in blue, black, red. This just happens to be the black version. And I actually really like this speaker. It sounds really good. It has decent bass on it. It connects really well. It has the controls on top, so you can pair your volume controls, play, stop, and turn it on and off. But what I really like about this is over here. So it does have an older style uh, USB charger. It's not USB-C. This is an older model. Again, it is still available, but that probably is the one thing that dates it the most is the charging port. It charges fairly quickly, um, but what's nice about it is it does have an aux in. Now, some of these Bluetooth speakers don't have this aux in, which is kind of a bummer, to be honest. Obviously it is rechargeable, but it just charges a little bit slower than you might want it to, not being a USB-C. But the aux in is really cool because, obviously I can pair this up to my phone, play music. It's fairly weather resistant. I wouldn't submerge it by any means, but we've gotten this kind of wet in the rain and whatnot, and not soaked, but in a light rain, and it's held up pretty well. Obviously, the ports are exposed here. The speaker right here doesn't have any protection on it, so I do not believe that you should be getting this thing really wet. But in a light rain or drizzle or whatnot, or by the pool, we've had no problems with this. So what's nice about the aux though is like for instance we have a projector, and the projector is maybe $80 from Best Buy, and the speaker is terrible. The projector works very well, but the speaker is terrible. Now it does have a headphone jack in it, so what we end up doing is using a aux cable between the speaker here and the projector, and this ends up being just a very, very big improvement on the sound quality that comes out of that projector. So this has been, well, we've had this now for, I don't know, 3 years. It works just as good as it did when we first got it. In fact, I only recently refound this because during our travels down to the beach, we normally bring this, and it somehow got shoved under the driver's seat of our road trip van. And while cleaning it out, I found this and a charger for my camera batteries that I thought was lost too. And I mean, I haven't seen this in a couple of years at that point, so maybe a year and a half, we'll call it. This still had a charge. It's still turned on. It's still paired, and I was really surprised that it held that charge so long, that it didn't dissipate it. Now, who knows? Sitting that long without being charged, if there was any uh, issues with the battery now, as far as how much it can be charged up and kept. So we'll see about that. But honestly, this is a really great little speaker. I think it's kind of underrated for what it is, and I mean, on Amazon right now, it's a 4.6, which in my mind, if something's rated a 4.6, that's pretty darn good. I actually get a little suspicious of things that are 5 stars because that means they probably aren't real reviews. But this is very recommended if you're looking for a Bluetooth speaker. It has long play time. It sounds really good, and the sound travels really far. So I actually have a Sony soundbar with a subwoofer in my office here, and I honestly, it's very long. It plugs into the wall. The subwoofer, it connects very well, but it's very hard to find a place to mount that. This is really great because I get the same sound quality, not as much bass, obviously, because something with a dedicated subwoofer is always going to have better bass. But as far as the sound quality that comes out of this goes, it rivals that sound bar, which is really meant for a TV, and that is probably a $250 sound bar subwoofer. I think this compares very similar to that. Again, without the subwoofer, leave the subwoofer out, and just the soundbar itself, which I would say is probably about as long as 6 of these are. These aren't super huge. Um, I don't have anything for scale here, but there you go. You get the earbud case, which are all pretty standard, standard size. It's not huge, but it carries quite a bit of sound. And again, the real selling point for me is that aux cable that not all Bluetooth speakers have. We do have some other Bluetooth speakers, and they just don't have that aux input, which honestly is kind of a bummer. But yeah, this is about 6.5 inches across by, you know, just shy of 2 inches tall and a little over 2 inches deep. So I might have those mixed up, but yeah, basically it's about 6.5 inches across. So this fits in a bag. You can fit this in your pocket, although it wouldn't be very comfortable to be honest. But this is a great little speaker, and I would definitely recommend getting it for anybody who is in the market for a Bluetooth speaker.